There is something powerful, something divine, about the silence of a woman in love. You see, many men are confused, even wounded, when the woman they care for suddenly turns quiet. She stops calling, stops reaching out, begins to feel like a ghost in the very relationship she once breathed life into. And you wonder, what did I do wrong? Is she losing interest? Is someone else taking my place? But hear me now, there's a deeper truth unfolding. When a woman is truly, deeply, spiritually in love, she often becomes quiet, not because she longer loves you, but because she is feeling more than she knows how to express. Her silence is not rejection. It's revelation. We live in a noisy world. But love, the kind that is holy, the kind that transforms hearts and rewrites destinies, does not always shout from the rooftops. Sometimes it whispers. Sometimes it hides. And sometimes it walks away to pray. A woman who loves deeply is not quick to speak. She's guarding her heart the way Scripture teaches. She's examining your words, your actions, your consistency. Not because she doubts her love, but because she reveres it. She respects it too much to hand it out recklessly. Let me tell you, when a woman ignores you at the height of her love, it's not because her feelings are fading, but because they've grown so intense, so all-consuming, that they frighten even her. She's not pulling away to punish you. She's pulling away to understand herself. She may cry in secret places. She may whisper your name in her prayers. And when you don't hear from her, don't assume it's because she's with someone else. She might be alone, looking up at the sky, asking God if you're the one she's meant to wait for. There is something sacred about that kind of love. A love that waits. A love that wrestles with heaven before committing fully on earth. You may feel hurt, you may feel confused, but I want you to look deeper. Her silence may be the greatest compliment you've ever received, because it means she's not treating this lightly. It means she's weighing your name on the scale of eternity. So if she's ignoring you, don't just walk away. Don't harden your heart. Instead, search your own soul. Are you the kind of man she can anchor her future to? Are you the kind of man who will love her through storms, through silence, through seasons of emotional distance? Because love, my friends, is not about constant contact. It's about eternal commitment. And if you can understand her silence, you might just be the man worthy of her storm. There is a language spoken by the heart that no words can fully capture. It is a language older than time, deeper than emotion, and purer than any sound our ears can hear. When a woman is deeply in love, she doesn't always speak in the ways we expect. Her love doesn't always come wrapped in constant messages, affectionate gestures, or romantic expressions. Sometimes it comes cloaked in silence. It arrives like a sacred wind felt, not seen. And that, my friend, is the moment most men begin to misunderstand. They think love has cooled. They believe they are being ignored. But what they're missing is the hidden language of love, quiet, deliberate, and powerful. A woman in love carries a weight inside her soul. She may walk among crowds, laugh with friends, smile at the world, but inside, she's holding something delicate, something eternal. Her heart has attached itself to someone, and that attachment isn't casual. It isn't fleeting. It isn't shallow. It's spiritual, and because of that, her words slow down. Her interactions soften. Her steps become cautious. Not because she's losing interest, but because she's learning how to carry this sacred feeling with care. She's loving with reverence, not routine. Many men ask, why would she pull away if she loves me? The answer lies not in doubt, but in depth. You see, shallow love chatters constantly. It clings, it needs reassurance, it demands attention. But deep love, real love, sometimes needs space to breathe. It listens more than it speaks. It observes more than it reacts. And a woman who loves deeply may begin to ignore you not out of cruelty, but out of conviction. She's watching. She's waiting. She's asking questions in the silence that only time can answer. Can I trust him with the parts of me no one else sees? Will he protect my heart, or will he wound it with carelessness? Is this the kind of love that will survive the fire, or will it disappear in the smoke? This hidden language of love isn't cold. It's not distant, it's deliberate, it's thoughtful, it's spiritual. And unless a man is tuned into this frequency, he'll miss it. He'll walk away thinking she stopped loving him. But in truth, she may have been loving him more than ever, just in a language he didn't understand. We must learn that love doesn't always scream. Sometimes it sighs, it steps back. It looks up to the heavens and says, if this is meant to be, I will not rush it. I will not force it. I will not cheapen it with noise. In her silence, she's loving with maturity. She's giving God room to guide her. She's allowing her heart to be refined. And if a man truly sees her, if he truly knows her spirit, he will not fear the silence. He will recognize it for what it is, a sacred pause in the symphony of something eternal. There is something divine about the way a woman guards what she loves. When her heart is truly invested, when her soul is entangled with deep affection, she does not flaunt that love to the world, she protects it. She shelters it like a flickering flame in a storm. And one of the most misunderstood expressions of that protection is silence. Yes, silence. A woman in love may grow quiet, distant, even appear cold, not because she feels less, but because she feels too much. Her silence is not a wall, it is a shield, a covering, a holy act of preservation. And far too often, men misread it. They say, she's pushing me away. But what they fail to realize is that she is actually drawing you deeper into the truth of who she is without saying a word. You see, a woman who loves with purity and depth knows the weight of what she carries. She's not playing games. She's not fishing for attention. Her heart is not a toy to be tossed around in the chaos of casual conversation. When she begins to fall deeply for a man, something sacred awakens in her. She becomes aware of her vulnerability, of the tenderness she's risking, of the future she's beginning to see. And so she retreats, not out of fear of him, but out of reverence for love itself. In that sacred pause, she's not ignoring him. She's preparing her soul. She's asking herself, can I lay this love down before God and trust it will be safe? She's not protecting herself from him. She's protecting love from being mistreated. In a world that teaches women to speak fast, text back immediately, perform constantly, her silence becomes an act of rebellion against shallowness. It becomes a declaration that this love matters too much to be rushed, that she would rather be misunderstood than misplace the beauty growing inside her. Her silence is the quiet where she listens to heaven, where she reflects, where she weighs the cost of surrendering her heart. It's a space where she asks if he's truly worthy of what she's about to give. And let me tell you, friend, that kind of silence is sacred. It is not weakness. It is strength under the authority of wisdom. It is discipline in a time of distraction. And if a man is truly wise, he will not panic in the silence. He will not try to fill it with noise. Instead, he will recognize the beauty of a woman protecting something eternal. He will honor the stillness and match it with patience. He will understand that the most powerful kind of love is not the loudest, it is the most carefully guarded. Because love, when it is real, does not beg to be seen. It stands behind a veil of wisdom and waits to be unveiled only in its appointed time. When a woman loves deeply, truly, and with all her being, she also begins to fear in the same measure. Not fear in a worldly sense, but a trembling of the heart, a weight in the soul, because what she now carries within her feels so sacred, so fragile, that the thought of losing it becomes unbearable. And this fear is not born out of weakness, but out of the immense value she places on love. It is in this sacred tension between love and fear that a woman may suddenly withdraw, go silent, become distant, not because she wants to lose you, but because she's terrified of what losing you would do to her. Her ignoring you is not rejection, it's protection. It's her heart saying, "Let me be sure, let me pause, let me gather myself before I fall any deeper." There is something holy about a love so deep it brings fear. It means she's not playing. It means this isn't a fling. It means her heart has attached itself to something eternal, and she cannot afford to give that lightly. The fear of losing you is not a sign she doubts you, it's a sign you've become too important to her. And that kind of vulnerability, for a woman who's been hurt before, who's been let down before, who's trusted and been broken, is like walking barefoot across a battlefield. She might smile in public, she might hold herself together, but inside she's trembling, praying, and weighing whether her soul is safe with you. Many men misunderstand this moment. They interpret her silence as a lack of interest, when it is in fact a sign of just how much she feels. She doesn't want to rush in and lose herself. She doesn't want to fall too fast and crash too hard. She wants to make sure that if she opens the door to her heart, you will not only enter, you will stay. That fear, the fear of losing someone she's already starting to love deeply, causes her to pull back, to create distance, not because she's leaving, but because she's checking if you'll follow, if you'll notice, if you'll wait. Deeply loving woman will not always say what she feels. Her emotions run deeper than her words. And when her fear rises, her instinct is to protect both herself and the love she's starting to build. It's a holy fear, the kind that makes her fall on her knees and whisper, "God, don't let me be wrong. Don't let me give this to someone who can't carry it." And that's where the silence comes in. That's where the withdrawal begins. Not because she's running, but because she's holding something sacred. And she wants to make sure you see it that way too. In that silence is a heart that beats loudly in love and trembles quietly in fear. A woman who fears losing what she loves most is not weak, she's reverent. She sees her love as something holy, something worth guarding, something that deserves to last. There comes a time in love when words are no longer enough, when emotions must be tested not through romance, but through silence. A woman who loves deeply and sincerely will not always remain in constant contact. She will not always text back right away, nor fill your day with compliments and affirmations. Sometimes she will step back not to leave, but to look. Not to punish, but to prove. You see, when a woman's heart begins to awaken with a love she believes could be real, she often does something most men do not expect. She tests the depth of the connection, and she does not do it through arguments, demands, or games. She does it quietly, through silence, through space, through watching how you respond when she is no longer available every moment of the day. Her distance is not cruel, it's intentional. She is asking a question with her silence. Will you still pursue me when I'm not easy to reach? Will you still see me when I'm not standing in front of you? Will you still care when I'm no longer making you the center of my attention? And that question, though unspoken, is loud in the language of love. Because for her, the depth of a connection is not proven when everything is perfect. It's proven when things are uncertain. It's in those quiet hours when she stops reaching out, when her presence feels more like a memory than a moment, that she is watching to see if what you claim to feel can survive without the spotlight. This test isn't meant to deceive. It's meant to reveal. She wants to know if you see her value when she's not putting it on display. She wants to know if you pursue her heart when her affection is not easily given. Because true love, lasting love, doesn't wait to be entertained. It chooses to remain. It chooses to knock, even when the door is slow to open. She is testing your consistency, your patience, your heart, not because she's playing a game, but because she's searching for something eternal in a world full of temporary. She's seen men speak sweet words and disappear when challenged. She's seen love come easy and leave just as fast. And now, she's not looking for speed, she's looking for strength. Woman who tests love in silence is a woman who knows her worth. She does not beg to be loved. She does not chase after those who cannot wait. She observes. She discerns. And in that silence, she is watching how you treat her absence. Do you grow frustrated, or do you grow in understanding? Do you accuse, or do you affirm? Because how you handle the quiet moments will show her more than any romantic gesture ever could. It will tell her if your love is surface level or soul deep, if it's for the moment or for the journey. And that, my friend, is a test that only a few will ever pass. There are times when a woman feels so much that she no longer knows how to speak it. Her words fall short, her expressions feel too small, and all she's left with is silence. But do not mistake that silence for apathy. Don't misread her distance as disinterest. For many women, the moment they begin to love deeply is the very moment they grow quiet, not because they are unsure of you, but because their emotions have exceeded their ability to explain. What she feels in her heart cannot be captured in casual conversation. It can't be posted on social media or simplified in a text. Her soul has entered a place of emotional depth, and in that depth there are no easy words, only stillness, only silence, only the ache of something sacred taking root inside her spirit. When a woman starts to love with all of her being, it overwhelms her. Love is not just a feeling, it is a storm, a flood, a fire that refines. It crashes into her soul with memories, with hopes, with fears. It brings everything to the surface. Her past heartbreaks, her hidden insecurities, her unanswered prayers. It is as if love has unlocked a door inside her, and now everything is rushing out at once. She may begin to withdraw, not because she wants to leave you behind, but because she doesn't yet know how to bring you into that sacred place within her. She is overwhelmed, and in that overwhelm, she seeks quiet not to escape you, but to find herself again. This is where most men get it wrong. They feel the silence and panic. They feel the distance and assume the worst. But the truth is, she may be feeling more for you in those moments than she ever has before. She is not growing cold, she is growing deep. And depth takes time. Depth requires space. She is not ignoring you out of pride or indifference. She is simply trying to make sense of something that feels too big for the surface. Her emotions have outgrown the safety of simplicity. And now, she needs to sit in the quiet, breathe through the confusion, and let her heart settle before she opens her mouth again. There is a holy beauty in this kind of emotional overwhelm. It means her love is real. It means she's not in this lightly. It means she is feeling something that has the potential to change her life. And rather than rushing to explain it, she retreats to honor it. She hides in the silence not to push you away, but to prepare a space for something greater than anything she's ever known. If you are patient, if you are discerning, you will begin to hear the language of her heart through the silence. You will understand that love this deep must be felt before it is spoken. That sometimes, the greatest proof of her love is not what she says, but what she feels too deeply to say at all. When a woman loves from the depths of her soul, she does not love casually. She does not love on the surface. She loves with everything. She is her heart, her mind, and yes, her spirit. And that kind of love is not free from conflict. It is not immune to struggle. In fact, when love begins to take root in a woman's heart, it often stirs something deeper within her, a spiritual battle. A wrestling of faith, of trust, of timing. And the world may not see it, but she is fighting a quiet war between what she feels and what she believes, between what she desires and what God may be asking her to wait for. That is why, in the very season when she loves most, she may begin to withdraw, to go silent, to stop responding with the enthusiasm she once did, not because her love is dying, but because her soul is in a place where it must choose whether to surrender to feeling or submit to purpose. This is a side of love few speak about. We talk about passion, about chemistry, about connection, but we rarely talk about the moments when a woman stands before the Lord with trembling hands and says, "I love him, but is this from you?" And in that question lies the spiritual storm. Because when love becomes serious, when it begins to shape her future and touch her destiny, she cannot move forward without a fight within. She may cry in the quiet hours of the night. She may avoid your calls not to hurt you, but because she's afraid of getting too close before she has peace. She's searching the voice of God in the silence. She's looking for assurance that this love is not just good, but God-ordained. And that search cannot be rushed. That struggle cannot be dismissed. To you, it may feel like she's slipping away. To her, she is seeking direction, clarity, confirmation. Because when a woman loves in alignment with her spirit, she is not looking for a temporary thrill, she is looking for something eternal. And eternal love must be forged in the fire of spiritual discernment. Her silence may be her prayer room. Her distance may be the altar where she lays you down and says, "Lord, if this is not from you, take it away. But if it is, show me how to keep it." A woman who withdraws when she loves deeply is often a woman who fears stepping outside of divine timing. She has seen what happens when feelings get ahead of faith. She knows the pain of building something without God's foundation. So she waits. She wrestles. She hides not from you, but within herself. And the man who is wise will not pressure her for answers, but will pray for her strength. He will recognize that this is not a rejection, it is refinement. It is the sacred, silent moment where a woman is asking heaven if the love she feels on earth is meant to last forever. So now you see her silence was never emptiness. Her distance was never absence. It was depth. It was reverence. It was love wrapped in quiet struggle, tested emotion, and spiritual surrender. A woman does not ignore when she no longer feels. She becomes silent when she feels too much. When her heart trembles with the weight of loving someone deeply, she doesn't speak recklessly. She withdraws to protect, to discern, to seek heaven's voice above her own. And if you are wise, if your heart is open, you will not run from her silence, you will stand in it. You will recognize that a love worth having is a love worth waiting through the silence for. Because a woman who ignores you when she's in love is not rejecting you. She's testing your spirit. She's watching if you will pursue with peace, not pressure. If you will stay when there is no applause. If you will honor what's holy instead of demanding what's easy. That silence is her soul preparing a place for something eternal. And the man who listens with his heart will hear the loudest kind of love in that quiet dot. So be patient. Be prayerful. Be still. Because when she returns, if her heart finds peace in you, you won't just have her presence. You'll have her trust, her soul, her forever. And that, my friend, is a love this world cannot break.